This is Wake Up Whitewater on UWW-TV. Broadcasting from Conover Studio at the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater, this is Wake Up Whitewater.
Good morning and welcome to Wake Up Whitewater. I'm Edie Fernay alongside Peyton Walls. We're getting into the home stretch before Halloween. Fall is in full swing. How are we feeling?
That's right. Oh, I'm feeling so good. I love the fall time. Like seeing the leaves on the trees like finally start turning colors.
Right.
I was taking a drive yesterday or the other day and it's just so beautiful. Just like looking up, just appreciating how nice everything looks.
And I'm from a more suburban area than Whitewater, so being here I'm like, wow. Everything's so beautiful, and the trees have like a nice gradient, like from the red to the yellow and everything. I'm like, oh my gosh, gotta get out there and take pictures and everything like that.
Yeah, I lived in the country like all throughout like high school and my home and everything, so we would constantly go for like fall drives, me and my family, and like go on little hikes. So it's definitely a fun time of the year. But what other fun fall activities have you been doing besides checking out the scenery?
Well, I went on, there's an area alongside the Mississippi River that is Orchard Lane, and they had a bunch of apple orchards, so I went with my roommate and her mom, and we stopped at a bunch of different places, and we got to sample a bunch of different apples, which again, I'm from the suburbs, so that kind of stuff baffles me. I'm like, what do you mean there's just rows and rows of apple trees, and there's like goats and everything, and it was just such a beautiful day too.
Oh my gosh.
Plus I got to try a bunch of apples for free, and apple cider too, so that was super awesome.
I forget how good apple cider is. Oh my gosh, I'm a fiend for apple cider these days.
No, truly.
I went to an apple orchard like a couple weeks ago and it was so fun. I'm still like eating the apples from that, and then me and my friends went, got some cute little pictures, so it was a good time. Yeah, that's just like one of the many fall activities I love. You should try like taking your apples that you got and like cutting them up and then like sprinkling them with cinnamon. That's been like my go-to snack lately. It's so good. I can't get enough.
And I appreciate the apple picking more than like strawberry picking, which I've done.
That's right.
Because it's in the dead of summer, it's hot, it's probably a little rainy because they got to keep them all wet. Then your shoes are all soggy and everything. But the apple orchard experience is so much more like beautiful and definitely less harsh on you everywhere around, you know what I mean?
I agree. Another thing I've been really liking this fall is farmers markets.
Ooh.
Which I have never gone to a farmers market before like last week.
Wow.
And I got some lemon bread, some granola, pickled asparagus, which is like kind of a hot take, but it's really good. And then I also got a pumpkin.
Ooh, I would give the pickled asparagus a try. I've had pickled carrots, pickled cucumbers, you know, your classic pickle, and other different pickled things like mushrooms, but how were the asparagus?
It was really good, but yeah, I was more excited about the pumpkin than everything.
What'd you do with the pumpkin?
I carved it.
Oh, okay.
Which is like, I was debating whether I wanted to paint it or carve it, but I went with carving.
Cool.
After this break, Betsabe Ramos will bring you the latest campus news. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
What does it mean to be a war hawk?
It means allowing myself to dream big and think outside the box.
Pushing the limits of what I think is possible.
Seeing ideas through from start to finish.
Collaborating with professors and peers.
And seizing opportunities in the community to put my knowledge to use.
I'm studying abroad,
learning another language,
and listening to the stories of others.
I'm making lifelong friends and fearlessly sharing my gifts with the world.
As a war hawk, I stay balanced,
take great care of myself,
and get out of my comfort zone.
I refuse to let the past determine my future.
And I'm taking confident steps in the direction of my dreams.
Sometimes it doesn't make sense.
And other times it couldn't be more exciting.
But I will keep my goals in mind
and never quit.
Because
that's the war hawk way.
You can see it. His potential, that is. You see it even when he may not. You see that the things that spark his interest today will in time ignite the things he pursues tomorrow. And ultimately, help him reach new heights. All he needs now is a way to make it happen. We are the Universities of Wisconsin. 13 universities, unlimited opportunity.
I'm Betsy Ramos, and this is your UWW-TV News Update. University of Wisconsin Oshkosh Chancellor Andrew Levitt announced Wednesday, October 16th, he is stepping away from his role as Chancellor. Back in April, UW Oshkosh faculty and staff members gave a vote of no confidence against Chancellor Levitt. 72% of the 229 faculty voters said Levitt was not the right person to lead the university during a formal referendum vote. On UW Oshkosh's school website, Chancellor Levitt shares he will continue as a faculty member and a professor of chemistry at the university effective June 30th, 2025. UWW's homecoming week is fast approaching. Starting Sunday, October 27th through Saturday, November 2nd, festivities and traditions will reach all of campus and the Whitewater community. Some of the annual events consist of a study night and the court reveal in the Hamilton Room located in the UC, the talent show hosted by the Young, and the Saturday morning parade. This year's theme is Lights, Camera, Homecoming. For more information, visit the homecoming website at uww.edu/homecoming. And we'll have more updates after a quick break.
We'd love to show you what it's like to be a Warhawk.
Come on!
Don't miss out on your chance to be a Warhawk
at UW Whitewater.
You belong here!
Boxes and Walls has started this week. Each fall, University Housing hosts this interactive diversity experience that was created for our students and the entire UW Whitewater community. This year, the rooms will be showcasing Black, LGBTQIA+, neurodiverse, physical disability, and Latinx experiences. This event is held in Esker Dining Hall and goes from Monday through Thursday from 6 in the evening until 10 in the evening. For any questions, contact Terry Tumbarillo at tumbart@uww.edu. UW Whitewater's Warhawk Emergency Fund assists students at risk of dropping out of college due to unexpected financial emergencies. The program started in 2017 and gained a 2-year grant by Ascendium. An impressive increase of nearly 8% in student retention rates measured in the spring of 2019 helped prove this program to be a useful resource to students. If you would like to go and find more or give to support this fund, visit uww.edu/WEF. For more updates, check us out at uwwtv.org. I'm Betsy Ramos, and this has been your news update on UWW-TV.
Vintage fashion is making a bold comeback, and one local entrepreneur is taking it to the next level. From classic sports tees to retro pop culture designs, these shirts are set to become must-haves for fashion lovers. UWW-TV's Copen Lubke has more on the story.
If you happen to walk or drive past Heidi Hall on your way to the football game on October 5th, something might have caught your eye. A sign boasting the world's biggest vintage UWW clothing sale. Behind this house on Prairie Street stood a treasure trove of clothing. T-shirts, jackets, and jeans from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. We talked to Carson, the owner of all this clothing, and asked how he collected this much.
Ever since I got my license, I've just been going to the thrift stores, finding stuff that I find, cool to me.
Well, I saw it on Instagram and I decided to stop by because I just like the look of thrifted vintage items, and that's all I wear. I feel like Goodwills and stuff like that can be quite pricey. So doing local little markets and things like this is usually where you find the good stuff.
I've only been selling vintage for about a year and a half now, but like I said, I've been collecting and thrifting for probably 6 years.
Carson says he likes to make fast nickels and slow dimes and doesn't keep too much for himself. This is his 4th event over the past 3 years, and his goal is to do 1 event per semester.
And every year we just try and curate a super fun, selection of Whitewater stuff because it's hard to find. And we want to give students a chance to buy it at an affordable price.
For UWW-TV News, I'm Copen Lubke.
Thanks, Copen. Okay, Edie, I have some serious Peyton lore for you. Ooh. Back in high school, I used to have like an Instagram account, like a lot of people do, where they sell clothes. But me and like one of my best friends at the time would go to the Goodwill bins. If you don't know what that is, it's like Goodwill, but everything is like in bins. So you have to like rummage through it kind of thing, like get down in the clothes, and it's like really gross, but it's kind of fun in a way. I don't know.
Beautiful.
It's hard to describe, but yeah, we would like post stuff on the Instagram of like cute little things we found, but we wouldn't upcharge them a lot. Like everything would be below $5, but it was just like a fun little thing. So I used to be a big thrifting girl.
Right, I feel it because I will go to the Goodwill bins with my friends and there's stuff that like either doesn't fit either of us or not really either of our styles, and we're like, I wish there was someone to give this to, because you see it's like, this is cute, this has potential, but what am I gonna do with it, And I actually recently went to one of those places that is like the Goodwill bins, but stuff from like Amazon and Temu. I don't know if you've ever been. I believe it's stuff that gets like lost in shipment.
Interesting.
But they just bring it all and it's the same format of bins, and it's crazy.
Dang.
We'll be right back with more on Wake Up Whitewater.
Love to show you what it's like to be a warhawk.
Come on!
Don't miss out on your chance to be a warhawk
at UW Whitewater.
You belong here!
UWW-TV has been an important part of the campus and community since 1980.
Not only providing on-air learning opportunities for broadcast journalists and electronic media production students,
but educating and entertaining our audiences with award-winning news, live sports coverage, original programming,
as well as dedicating the mission to developing creative collaborations throughout campus.
For more information, visit our website and like us on Facebook.
Check us out because you gotta see what's on UWW-TV.
Here at UWW, we put a lot of emphasis on shaping your involvement. Involvement helps you get to know more people with similar values and goals as yourself. The Student Involvement Office can help you get involved with organizations on campus, or we can help you start a brand new one. So what are you waiting for? It's time to shape your involvement at UWW. If you'd like to learn more, stop by UC 127 or contact us at involvement@uww.edu or call 262-472-6217.
Hello, welcome to Being Sensible, the show where money talks. My name is Ron Hoke, and today we're taking a look at the changes made by the new and improved Warhawk Dining in order to help you make the most out of your meal plan. Last year, the contract with our prior food service provider expired, and the food service company Chartwell's took over Warhawk Dining. There have been some structural changes since Chartwell's took the reins, so to clear up any confusion, let's take a look at how the meal plan works this year. A meal swipe can be used at any dining hall or all-you-care-to-eat dining locations. At other dining locations on campus, a meal swipe can be used for meal equivalency. $7.50 of credit for you to spend on the menu. If you go over, you pay the difference with cash, card, dining dollars, or Purple Points. Although meal swipes can be used multiple times during lunch and dinner dining periods, you can only use one meal equivalency per dining period. You gotta be wondering yourself, how do you make the most of your meal plan? Now that you have a fixed price that has been assigned to each meal swipe, we have actually crunched the numbers to find out what gets you the best deal. In order for each swipe to be worth $7.50, you need to use at least 14 meal swipes per week. You gotta use 14 of them. No matter which meal plan you are on, if you eat less than 14, each meal swipe costs more than $7.50. If you eat more than 14, each swipe costs less than $7.50. You see where I'm going with this? As far as dining locations go, obviously the best deal is at the all-you-care-to-eat locations. I mean, it's buffet style. You can eat to your heart and stomach's content. If you want to maximize the value of your meal plan, eat at Esker, Drumlin, or Ike Schaefer Commons at least 14 times a week. But variety is the spice of life. Man cannot live on bread alone, and we all get cravings now and again. You have $7.50 to spend outside of the dining halls. How do you do it? We've compiled a list of everything under $7.50 at campus dining locations so you can plan accordingly. At the Artisan in the Center of the Arts, you can get any sandwich without extra toppings or a bagel with cream cheese and coffee or tea. At Herbert's and Gerbert's in Esker and Drumlin dining halls, you can get the following sandwiches, and you can also get a bowl or a cup of soup, or you can get a cup of mac and cheese with that. At Willie's in the UC, you can get any individual food or drink item, a bagel with any of these drinks, a Danish with any of these drinks, or a gluten-free cookie with any of these drinks. At Wild Blue Sushi in the UC, you can get an avocado salad roll, a California roll, or a California salad roll. At the Dove in the UC, you can get a single hamburger or a cheeseburger, a cheese pizza, chicken tenders with fries, french fries, onion rings, or cheese curds. At Rock and Grill on the Rock County campus, you can get any individual food item or an egg sandwich with fries or tater tots. And now we got the new place on campus, The Roost in Esker Dining Hall. Is the only dining location on campus where every item, including meals, is under $7.50, making it the dining location with the most bang for your buck. And there you have it. Now, with only your Hawk card and my advice to guide you, you can make the most of your meal plan and eat like a king on campus. For UWW-TV, I'm Ron Hoke, and this has been Being Sensible.
With Halloween approaching, the city of Whitewater hosted a spirit tour last weekend to welcome in the spooky season. This unique tour offers many insights on the city's haunted history and how it got its nickname, Second Salem. UWW-TV's Chris Bittner has more on the story.
The city of Whitewater hosted an annual spirit tour on a day where the weather was perfectly ideal for some ghostly fun. This event caught the attention of many residents and visitors from nearby towns.
Since 2014 is when we first started. We would have 10 years in, except for COVID.
The Spirit Tour is a guided bus tour taking people on a ride around town and visiting several haunted locations significant to Whitewater's history. The tour included a visit to the Starren Park Water Tower, a big part of Whitewater and popular for being known as a place where witches would go to conduct rituals. Here we learned about Myrtle Shawty.
Myrtle Shawty lived in the 1920s. She and her family were here since the early part of the 1900s.
Another significant person to Whitewater's name of Second Salem is Mary Worth, said to have been a well-known witch. It is believed that her true grave is in a vault located in Hillside Cemetery. And when visiting the Masonic Temple, we were given the opportunity to listen to real ghost recordings by Jackie, a volunteer.
We do a presentation on some of the places we've investigated and show some of our evidence.
Our tour also included visits to the train station museum, where we got to meet a member of the Winchester family and learn how they were cursed by Mary Worth. The tour also included Sweet Spot Cafe, which is a well-known haunted spot that used to be a hotel. Every year, people from nearby towns gather here to learn about Whitewater's spooky history and experience why it was given the name, the Second Salem.
You go learn something new. And you get a little bit, it's Halloween time. Go out and get scared a little bit.
The Second Salem Spirit Tour truly has something for everyone. Reporting live from Whitewater, Chris Bittner, UWW-TV News.
Thanks, Chris. I'm not even gonna lie to you when I say that that was one of the factors that I was like, oh, I don't know if Whitewater's for me, is because of how haunted everything is. I was like a little scared. I was
Really?
like, what if I'm in my dorm room and stuff like slams and the lights start flickering?
Crazy.
And I think it only happened like once my freshman year where my room like light flickered and I was like, oh my gosh, it's haunted.
Okay, I gotta say, one of my friends and roommates over the summer, he lived in Wells room 666, and he said that like the place was haunted and crazy things would happen, and he had like a crazy roommate. I don't know. I kind of believe it though, because I was on TikTok the other day. Crazy, right? But I saw a TikTok video saying like the top 10 most haunted cities in Wisconsin, and I was like, I wonder if a place I know is gonna be on here. And Whitewater was number 1.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, oh, I live there. That's crazy. Well, stay tuned. We'll be right back with more on Wake Up Whitewater.
So We Go Here
on 91.7 The Edge, your station for sports, news, and of course, music. With our extensive music library
of alternative, rock, and hip hop. All for you, all right here on 91.7 The Edge.
In 2008, as part of the renovation, the James R. Conner University Center opened Roberta's Art Gallery in memory of the late Roberta Yvonne Fiscum, an alum of UW-Whitewater. Roberta studied the organ and was passionate about pottery, handwork, and graphic design, and eventually obtained a graphic arts degree from UW-Whitewater. It was the lifetime goal of Roberta to own an art gallery. Therefore, her parents, Robert and Yvonne Fiscum, generously funded this 1,000 square foot student art gallery in her memory. Roberta's Art Gallery collaborates with community artists, campus departments, and student organizations to curate and host exhibits throughout the year. They feature a diverse range of artists from local talent all the way to internationally recognized fine artists. Every full-length exhibit features a reception where attendees can meet the artist, learn more about their work, and enjoy conversation and refreshments. Roberta's Art Gallery strives to make art more approachable, inclusive, and welcoming, with all exhibits and receptions free and open to the public. For more information, come see us on the main floor of the UC or visit our website.
Welcome to For the Health of It. I'm your host, Ashley Carroll, and today we're taking a look at the grandfather of infectious diseases, influenza. Flu season is right around the corner, and between it and the common cold, you may find yourself under the weather in the near future. But don't worry, today I'll share information about flu symptoms and advice on how to treat and prevent it. The flu is an illness caused by a series of viruses, all under the umbrella influenza. Flu cases typically increase in October, spike between December and February, and taper off afterwards, creating what we know as a flu season. In the past, the flu was a very deadly disease, responsible for the Spanish flu pandemic of 1918. Thanks to modern medicine and the flu vaccine, influenza has become far less dangerous. According to the CDC, influenza spreads through tiny droplets from people with the flu sneezing, coughing, or talking. These droplets then land in the mouth or nose of another person, infecting them with the flu. It's most contagious during your first 3 days with the illness. Flu symptoms take about 2 days to manifest. The symptoms include fever, runny or stuffy nose, cough, sore throat, chills, achiness, headaches, and fatigue. The best way to prevent catching the flu is with the aforementioned vaccine. You can get a flu shot at most doctor's offices and pharmacies. UW-Whitewater students are able to get the flu shot for free at the Ambrose Health Center. To schedule an appointment, call 262-472-1300 or visit uw.edu/UHCS-appointments for more information. Other than the vaccine, the CDC recommends avoiding people who are sick, as well as covering your own coughs and sneezes and washing your hands frequently, which is good advice year-round. But let's say you do all that and still get sick. What now? The most important thing to do if you get the flu is to rest and let your body fight the virus. Take a sick day or two if you can. If you can't, take the same precautions as the ones that prevent the flu. Hand washing, covering your cough, and distancing will get you far. In serious cases, the CDC advises you to see a doctor about antiviral medicines that treat the flu. Over-the-counter medicines like Dayquil or cough syrup can help alleviate symptoms, but won't stop the virus itself. Nobody likes being sick, and having the flu can really throw you off. Hopefully, our tips will help you prevent catching the flu and help you recover faster and more effectively. Let's make a healthier world, just for the health of it. For UWW-TV, I'm Ashley Carroll, and this has been For the Health of It.
Have you heard of UROC?
We're part of Whitewater and our own thing.
Come on, we'll show you.
I learned how to be a college student here, and now I'm headed off to Madison to study global health, and I know I'm ready.
People like me who aren't a fan of big crowds would really like UROC because it's welcoming and it's laid back.
My advisor helped me figure out my schedule, organize my time, fill out my FAFSA, and figure out what classes I liked and how to turn that into a major. And if I had to do it again, I would choose UROC.
You ready to rock?
You belong here.
The Royal Purple, the best place for all the latest news around the community and campus of UW-Whitewater. Here you'll find all different types of weekly news stories, including sports, arts and rec, biz and tech, and even fun and interesting things like trendsetter columns and the tweet of the week. The Royal Purple has a full staff to handle all of your advertising and article needs. Ad managers and sales representatives can help you get your ad in seasonal print issues online at royalpurplenews.com and out on our social media platforms. Editors and journalists would love to write features about your organization and follow-ups about your important events. For more information on student employment opportunities, advertisement services, or anything news, contact the Royal Purple over at R.P@uww.edu or give us a call at 262-472-5100. Stop by our office and say hi on campus in McCutcheon Hall, room 113. For all of your local campus community news, check out the Royal Purple here at University of Wisconsin-Whitewater.
Welcome to Jitters Coffee House. Located on the first floor of the Wells Towers, Jitters is a student-run coffee lounge and offers a variety of coffee and ice cream-based drinks and is home to many entertaining programs, including live music, gamer trivia nights, and other performances. Coordinate your activity by emailing jitters@uww.edu. Jitters is completely run by volunteers who can earn service hours and even receive a free drink during their shift. Stop in tonight at Jitters Coffee House, where fun events and community come together.
Welcome to College Beat. My name is Mikey Rotier, and I'm joined today by special guest Molly Yakes, advisor and lecturer here at the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater. Today we'll be talking a little bit about advising and what goes into choosing students' classes. Molly, thank you so much for being here with me today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. What are the most important components that go into helping a student choose the right path?
Yeah, so all students come to UW-Whitewater with at least one goal in common, and that's to earn a degree. And so the way that you earn a degree is to pick the correct classes. And then, of course, trying to get out in your specified amount of time means that you have to take classes at the right semesters. And there are some tools here on campus that I have favorited, really. And the first one is the academic advising report. That's really the big checklist that we need to be using. So anytime you see a bolded line on there, that means it's a class you have yet to take. And so I utilize that one as probably my favorite document. But then I'd say most departments also provide some sort of degree plan or checklist themselves. And so those two documents in conjunction with each other is really how you determine your class schedule and figure out what the prerequisites are and take them at the right time.
Sure, and it can be really easy to look at those classes kind of one-dimensionally, what you should take. But what are kind of some of the other elements that go into that, and how do you kind of learn more about a student and their learning habits to help them?
Oh, sure. So helping them select the correct classes when there are so many options. Yeah, so I love meeting students one-on-one. And I know in our communication department we do advising a little differently in that we have a big event, but I still do meet with students face-to-face, and I ask them what their career goals are, and that can really shape the course selection. And we also go through, yes, do you prefer online learning or face-to-face learning? And sometimes that narrows down the course selections. But yeah, just that one-on-one conversation, of course, is really important as well.
Of course. And what would you say is your most commonly given advice to students during advising?
Oh, that's a good one. Well, personally, I like to tell students to, of course, do your coursework and get involved in on campus, but also to try to have fun. You're only here for a short amount of time, and all of a sudden you're into the workforce. And so try to give yourself a break at some point during college. But getting the practical hands-on experience, whether that be through student organizations or internships, is probably the most common advice, yeah.
Sure. Well, you definitely play a very important role here at the university, helping our students choose the right path. So I really appreciate you being here today.
Thank you so much. It was great to be here.
This has been Mikey Rotier for UWW-TV, and this has been College Beat.
To show you what it's like to be a war hawk.
Come on!
Don't miss out on your chance to be a war hawk.
At UW-Whitewater.
You belong here!
Welcome to the Whitewater Forensics Team, where we ignite voices and foster connections. With 3 to 4 hours of practice weekly, we embark on a journey of self-discovery and growth. From energizing warm-ups to passionate storytelling, we build confidence and creativity. Join our close-knit team, conquer public speaking fears, and advocate for your story. With over 100 awards annually, become part of a community where every voice matters.
She's always had it. Pure ambition. An unbridled self-confidence that most people only dream of. You see it driving her, empowering her, and in time, you see it fueling her future. Perhaps even helping her blaze a new trail. All she needs now is a way to make it happen. We are the Universities of Wisconsin. 13 universities. Unlimited opportunity.
being involved in this means opportunity for yourself and like for others as well. I think it builds basically all the skills that you need to succeed in the job force.
It's very rewarding to actually find a solution to things that are problems in the world, and puts you ahead for when you are going to be working in a different environment, when you're trying to get a job, and you just gain a lot of skills that you wouldn't have elsewise.
Kind of helps you understand your subject matter a little bit more. I think that we all have things that really interest us, and research really allows us to get into the heart of it and really understand how it operates and how the world around us works.
It's a great opportunity. What I mean by that is that it gives them the experience of research while they're still in school. By having this kind of research underneath your belt, you get the experience of what it takes to be an effective leader within this field.
I'm a lot busier than I thought I'd be. It's a lot more stuff to do every day, a lot more on my plate, but I really love doing it.
Participating in undergraduate research has just allowed me to kind of enhance those skills, like communicating when I give the presentations, preparing the presentation, preparing abstracts, writing and everything.
It's a ton of fun. I have a great time. You get to go really cool places. Last October, I got to travel to Pittsburgh to present at the Geological Society of America.
I mean, Wisconsin Dells, Alabama, New Orleans, Washington, D.C., so many different conferences where I was able to make connections with others inside the field.
Like, I've never been to Pittsburgh, and it was just so cool seeing all that and meeting all the different types of people in my field and getting to talk with grad schools and different careers. I mean, yeah, traveling, you get to do what you love.
So it's definitely impacted my college experience just because I've been given so many opportunities to grow.
At this point, I've been doing it so long and so kind of like built into my college experience. I can't see doing college without also doing research like this. Like, it's just such a normal part of my routine that it's like, oh yeah, I just do research.
It's been a great time. I wouldn't change it for anything.
For more information, go to uww.edu/URP and be a part of a program that prepares students for future success and experience an opportunity of a lifetime.
What does it mean to be a war hawk?
It means allowing myself to dream big and think outside the box.
Pushing the limits of what I think is possible.
Seeing ideas through from start to finish.
Collaborating with professors and peers.
And seizing opportunities in the community to put my knowledge to use.
I'm studying abroad.
Learning another language.
And listening to the stories of others.
I'm making lifelong friends and fearlessly sharing my gifts with the world.
As a war hawk, I stay balanced,
take great care of myself,
and get out of my comfort zone.
I refuse to let the past determine my future.
And I'm taking confident steps in the direction of my dreams.
Sometimes it doesn't make sense.
And other times it couldn't be more exciting.
But I will keep my goals in mind and never quit.
'Cause
that's the war hawk way.
Get ready to soar into the coolest cribs on campus. It's Best Nest, where Warhawks show off their sweet style. Experience on-campus living like you've never seen before. From lofted beds to epic gaming setups and shared spaces turned into hangout havens, Best Nest is your backstage pass to stylish Warhawk rooms. Don't miss out on the action. Scan the QR code today and vote for your #1 nest. By the end of the semester, one Warhawk room will win the title of Best Nest.
This is Inside the Arts on UWW-TV. I'm Kirsten Torres. Step into Greg and Kate's world in the vibrant city of Manhattan as the Department of Theater Dance presents Sylvia by A.R. Gurney. Directed by Robin Aceta, this production will run in the Hicklin Studio Theater located in the Green Hill Center of the Arts from November 15th through November 23rd. Greg and Kate are adjusting to their new lives in the city after 22 years in the suburbs. Discover how Sylvia, a lab and poodle mixture, becomes an escape from the stress of work for one and an opponent for affection for the other. A.R. Gurney paints a humorous picture as Sylvia turns the lives of Greg and Kate upside down. The hilarious play depicts the relationship of a man and his best friend and the importance of his marriage through complications and revelations. Don't miss the significant lessons that a street-smart dog like Sylvia will teach the couple. This play contains language that may not be suitable for a younger audience. Tickets can be purchased in advance, in person, via phone at 262-472-2222 or online at tickets.uww.edu. The box office is located in the Green Hill Center of the Arts, and hours are Monday through Friday from 9:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. There is a $2 surcharge for tickets purchased at the event. UW Whitewater students should make sure to sign in when ordering online to take advantage of special student pricing. This has been Inside the Arts on UWW TV. I'm Kirsten Torres.
Don't forget to check out Best Nest on UWW-TV, where you can vote for who has the best nest on the campus of UW-Whitewater. Scan the QR code on the screen or check us out at uwwtv.org and click the Best Nest drop-down menu to view all the residence halls we are featuring this semester. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Matt checking in to see how Sam is doing on his project, and it's getting close to exporting now, the final step in the process. And it is complete, and Sam is hyped! Finally gets complete and spikes the ball into the end zone. Sam's celebrating with his colleagues, and oh, they throw a flag on the play! The ref's gonna call excessive celebration. Sam is in disbelief and can't believe it! He tries to dispute the call, but the ref is not having any of it.
The UW Whitewater Bookstore is your one-stop shop for apparel, textbooks, and technology. Stop in for a wide selection of gifts from our alumni, family, and name brand sections. Need to purchase or rent a textbook? Head downstairs to Textbook Services. Check out our new custom shop and create personalized apparel for your organization. Need a charger, laptop, or headphones? Our new technology section has everything you might need. For more information and bookstore hours, visit uwwhitewaterbookstore.com.
UWW-TV Sports Update. The UW Whitewater football team took care of business under the lights last Friday against the UW Stevens Point Pointers, winning 66-0. As a unit, the Warhawks put together an offensive masterclass after racking up over 612 yards on offense, while the defense held Stevens Point scoreless, limiting them to 124 yards on offense.
I think there's a lot of factors that went into it. First of all, coaches did a great job game planning, and the players went out there and executed. But we only had 40 snaps on defense, did a great job on third down, getting off the field. Then our offense really controlled the clock with them running the ball. But, I think it all starts up front with the D-line, linebackers, and then DB's got to make sure they're doing their job with covering the vertical routes. We did that really well on Saturday, Friday.
Sophomore wide receiver Tyler Vasey set the tone early for the Warhawks, scoring on the opening kickoff of the game. Vasey's kickoff return touchdown is the 4th of his career, adding yet another to a record already held by him in the Warhawk history book. Whitewater's win extends their win streak over the Pointers to 11 straight games and now leads the all-time matchup over Stevens Point 67-35. The Warhawks travel to UW-Platteville to take on the Pioneers for a pivotal WIAC game this weekend. UW Whitewater football returns home November 2nd, where they will host the UW River Falls Falcons. Game time is set for 1 o'clock with UWW-TV going live 30 minutes prior with the Warhawks Sports Saturday. Looking around the WIAC, the UW-Platteville Pioneers lost their first game of the season over the weekend to the UW-Oshkosh Titans, losing 24-17. The UW River Falls Falcons won a tight matchup in overtime against UW Stout, taking down the Blue Devils 40-37. Lastly, the UW Lacrosse Eagles bounced back against UW Eau Claire, taking down the Blue Goats 34-7. We'll be right back with more sports on UWW-TV right after this.
Have you heard of UROC?
We're part of Whitewater and our own thing.
Come on, we'll show you.
I learned how to be a college student here, and now I'm headed off to Madison to study global health, and I know I'm ready.
People like me who aren't a fan of big crowds would really like UROC because it's welcoming and it's laid back.
My advisor helped me figure out my schedule, organize my time, fill out my FAFSA, and figure out what classes I liked and how to turn that into a major. And if I had to do it again, I would choose UROC.
You ready to rock?
You belong here.
The UW Whitewater volleyball team went 2-1 last week, sweeping Carthage College and St. Mary's University at the third UW Whitewater invite this season. The Warhawks lost just their third match of the season, however, to UW Stevens Point in 5 sets. The Warhawks travel to River Falls this Saturday, October 26th, to take on the Falcons at 3 o'clock and McAllister College at 5 o'clock. Whitewater volleyball returns home Wednesday, October 30th to take on UW-Platteville at 7 o'clock, with UWW-TV going live 10 minutes prior with pregame coverage. The men's soccer team went 2-0 last week, picking up wins over Lake Forest 3-1 and UW Stevens Point 2-1. The men travel to UW-Platteville this Friday, October 25th, to take on the Pioneers in another WIAC matchup. Women's soccer lost last week to UW Stevens Point on the road, losing to the Pointers 2-1. The women take on UW-Platteville at home Wednesday, October 23rd at 7 o'clock before traveling to UW Stout on Saturday, October 26th to take on the Blue Devils at 2 o'clock. Women's tennis swept the UW Oshkosh Titans on the road last Saturday 9-0. The women travel to Madison this weekend for the WIAC Women's Tennis Championship, seeking their 18th straight title. Men and women's cross country competed in the Augustana Interregional Invitation over the weekend in Rock Island, Illinois. The women finished 10th out of 35 total teams, whereas the men finished 3rd out of 40 teams. The men and women return home on Friday, October 25th for the Warhawk Open. The women will begin at noon on Friday, with the men starting at 12:45. And finally, women's bowling finished 2nd out of 8 teams at the Warhawk Classic in Rockford, Illinois. The match was the first for new Warhawk bowling head coach Rebecca Hagerman, who comes from Division I Jacksonville State. Hagerman won the national title last year with the Gamecocks while earning Division I Player of the Year honors. Bowling travels to Valparaiso, Indiana this weekend for the Crusader Classic. For other sports news and other updates, tune into UWWTV.org. I'm Sam Way, and this has been your UWW-TV Sports Update.
Have you heard of URock?
We're part of Whitewater and our own thing.
Come on, we'll show you.
I learned how to be a college student here, and now I'm headed off to Madison to study global health, and I know I'm ready.
People like me who aren't a fan of big crowds would really like URock because it's welcoming and it's laid back.
My advisor helped me figure out my schedule, organize my time, fill out my FAFSA, and figure out what classes I liked and how to turn that into a major. And if I had to do it again, I would choose URock.
You ready to rock?
You belong here.
For Hawk Talk, especially on days I'm hosting, you really need to be up early looking at those news stories. Even the night before, I'm finding topics that I can incorporate in the show, and I feel like we get a conversation going.
Once you get the opportunity to do that with other people who appreciate it the same level as you do, it makes it that much more enjoyable.
For everything sports, tune in Monday through Thursday at 91.7 The Edge or watch us on UWW-TV.
It's always been there, his love of the outdoors. Some days, you wonder if it might be his calling. Truth is, you know that the things he's passionate about today will build the foundation of what he does tomorrow, and possibly inspire a new journey. All he needs now is a way to make it happen. We are the universities of Wisconsin. 13 universities. Unlimited opportunity.
Your home for excellence in action. The WIAC Network. Watch and download here.
Welcome to this week's edition of Inside Warhawk Football on UWW-TV. I'm your host, Sierra Featherly, joined by Warhawk Football head coach, Jay Schwindel. Coach, congratulations on your win over Stevens Point. The team got on the board early with Vasey's 88-yard kickoff return. How did that initial touchdown set the tone for the majority of the game?
Well, we just knew that we had to start fast, and coming off of the previous game, it was a tough loss that we really wanted to get the momentum going early, and we won the coin toss. We chose to take the ball, and we know how dangerous Tyler is back there, and Coach Pogue's done a heck of a job on our kickoff return schemes, and that was awesome. That was a great way to start the game, and that just kind of got us heading in the right direction, and we never really steered off course.
And then you briefly mentioned it there. After that hard loss to Stout, this win comes at a great time. What does this win mean for team morale going forward?
I think it's crucial for team morale. I think winning's a lot of fun. You put a lot of work into it, and that's the reward, is when you can go out there on game day and get the desired outcome that you want. We don't really focus on the scoreboard or really think about winning or losing. We're more process orientated, but at the end of the day, we do have an objective of trying to win the game, and when we do that, that's a lot of fun. So proud of our guys and our staff for getting it done in the fashion that we did on Friday night.
So on Friday, the entire team played an incredible game, but Whitewater's defense held Stevens Point only to a total of 124 yards. What factors contributed to the defense's ability to hold Stevens Point to such a low yardage?
I think there's a lot of factors that went into it. First of all, coaches did a great job game planning, and the players went out there and executed. But we only had 40 snaps on defense, did a great job on third down, getting off the field. Then our offense really controlled the clock with them running the ball. But, I think it all starts up front with the D-line, linebackers, and then DB's got to make sure they're doing their job with covering the vertical routes. And we did that really well on Friday.
And then lastly, this weekend's game is a big one. The Warhawks are headed to Platteville to take on the Pioneers. Platteville currently sits at the top of the WIAC and is undefeated at home. What areas are you going to focus on in practice this week?
The biggest thing for us is just focusing on the things that we need to do to be better. We got to improve every day. We got to continue to take steps in the right direction so that we can go to Platteville and play the best game we've played all year. Last time we played there, it wasn't good. And we're very excited for the opportunity, and I think our guys are going to be ready.
Thank you for your time, Coach. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
This has been this week's edition of Inside Warhawk Football on UWW TV.
Edie, I'm so excited to do the homecoming parade with you again this year.
Yes, I know last year it was a lot of fun, and I feel like now we have a little bit more knowledge about what's going on, and hopefully it won't be as cold as it was, even though I did not mind sitting in a hat and gloves.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it was freezing. I was sitting there like shaking the whole time, but it was still pretty fun. And we, didn't know a lot about any of the organizations in the parade. We were just kind of yapping and hoping it sounded good, but we got an award for it. So hopefully we can do it again and have more knowledge about what we're talking about.
Truly, especially with all the different things that they offer, like bingo and the bonfire and fireworks. I think they still might be doing that this year. It was a blast, and now I feel like I'm more involved and I know more about it, and that equals more fun.
Yeah, that's right. I have a lot of friends in Greek life this year, so I'm excited because they're talking about their talent show dances and all the stuff that they're doing in their sororities and fraternities, and I'm like, oh, that's so exciting. It's really fun to just celebrate Whitewater, and I know that sounds cheesy, but we're getting to the point in the year where everyone's just getting kind of I don't know, stressed, kind of mellow, kind of unmotivated. So I feel like homecoming just amps it up a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with bingo. Last year I went, I thought it would be kind of like any other event where it's, a handful of people, but it was insane. The amount of people, especially from Greek life, who came out, I was like, wow.
Oh yeah, bingo goes crazy at Whitewater. I love bingo.
Truly.
Well, it looks like that's all the time we're going to have for today's episode of Wake Up Whitewater. Don't forget to tune in next week for more sports, news, and entertainment.
Looking for more news and entertainment? Check out UWW TV's Whitewater Wind Down with hosts Grace and Macy. For Peyton and myself, have a great week, and don't forget to stay tuned to UWW TV.